Alright, so I'm back with Portal, and I'm going to be doing all the challenge chambers. There are 3 different types of challenges. There's least steps, least time, and least portals. I decided to start out with least time because it seemed like the easiest, and I wasn't exactly right. So, Chamber 13. I looked up a guide because I wasn't going to figure these out on my own. Don't judge me, I was planning on cutting these things out to get all together, so I'm allowed to look up a tutorial. And I was supposed to throw this box onto the button over there, but I couldn't until I realized I could just drop the box on the button and then jump to the other one. There.
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very, very long time. If you become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline.
Sorry, what was that? I was too busy finishing the level.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can...
Next up is Chamber 14, and this one was definitely more annoying. Basically, you gotta get up in an infinite loop in this small doorway, then shoot a portal so that you launch up onto the lift. This is how most of the challenges for this chamber work, but this one's really annoying because you're moving so fast, and most of the time you're swapping which direction you're looking, so being precise is basically impossible. Getting in an infinite loop that doesn't require you to move at all is really hard, especially since for some reason I would be in the loop and then I would just stop. Like I wasn't moving at all and I would just stop. Like land on the side of the portal somehow. So I had to get these things perfectly lined up if I was going to make this. I know I might not have made it sound like it, but I was getting really mad, mainly because of how fast the mistakes would stack up. If I missed it once, I would have to restart and then wait through the elevator scene and then do it again and then mess it up and then do the elevator again and then do it over and over again. The elevator sounds like an insignificant part, but it stacks up so much when you do it over and over again.
High-energy gamma-leaking portal technology must be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues. No further compliance information is required or will be provided.
I thought I had to do it in 7 seconds. Next up was Chamber 15, and honestly, this was probably the easiest one out of all of these. It might have felt easier because I reloaded the autosaves a lot. I don't know if that's cheating or not. I don't think it is, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Anyways, it was probably the easiest one because there's pretty much just play through the level, but do it faster. Like, it didn't require you to do incredibly hard tricks. It didn't require you to do anything hard. It just requires you to do the game, but do it faster.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake and brief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
Oh boy, okay. Whoa. No! Come on. Okay, that's bad. That's hard. No! Yes! 42 seconds. Is that enough? It was 54, right? It was 54, right? Boom! Next up is Chamber 16, the one with the turrets. If you haven't caught on by now, this is Chamber 13 through 18. Anyways, this is one of the only times you actually have to use a glitch to get the right time. Basically, if you shoot the portal at the bottommost part of this wall and then shoot the next portal at a certain angle, it'll blast through the wall and you'll be able to get through this door before GLaDOS finishes talking. Have no idea how it works. It just happens. I don't know how it's supposed to work. I just watched someone do it this way and I did it this way. But if anyone knows how this glitch works, then can you let me know in the comments, because I have no clue. It felt luck-based. And honestly, that was the only part of the level that was actually difficult. The rest of it was pretty much just playing the level but doing it as fast as you could. And Thinkman Games. There we go.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
So I have to knock this whenever otherwise we'll
Who are you? Are you still there? Hello. Well done, Android.
Yes!
The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Okay. Boom. Golden. I really hope that I get it. I make it sound like it's pretty easy, and honestly, that one is pretty easy, except for the beginning part. But I was on them for a good 30 minutes per level, for the easy ones at least. Anyways, the next one is Chamber 16 with the Companion Cube, and this one's another simple one. Just go through the first part of the level and use this portal clip glitch to get into the incinerator room fast.
This weighted companion cube will accompany you through the test chamber. Please take care of it.
Okay, so I gotta do this glitch again.
The symptoms most commonly produced by Enrichment Center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Okay. So either they...
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck.
Okay.
However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please, you euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations.
I got basic science and rocket science. Boom. Easy. Lastly, Chamber 18. This one. So, here's a list of all the stuff you have to do. You have to land a portal on top of this platform while flying through the air. Get on top of it, get a portal onto this wall, and hopefully you don't fall into the sludge when you get there. Get on top of this platform, shoot yourself out this side to get over here, get into this other area with the turrets, detach camera from the wall, warp back to over by the door, wedge the camera in a way where it'll fall into the door, go over and press the button, and hopefully shoot a portal through the door to get it before the door pushes the camera out, and then do this last part without messing up. It's so difficult. It's easily the hardest one in the entire game, or at least the hardest one of these challenges. The part I just couldn't get down was this camera part. So you gotta angle it so that when the door opens, the camera will fall into it. But I kept rotating it to where it would either stand up, and then this happened.
To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
They work. Yes! Okay, stay calm, stay calm. I still got this to do. Still got a bit to do. That was all the Portal 1 I could handle for that day. The next day I was still struggling with the stupid camera part because it's just banging the camera against the wall until it works. I did get a run where I only went 10 seconds over. I was able to finish it, but I just barely didn't go fast enough. But eventually, I was able to do this.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be fed, and then there will be cake. To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
Yes. Finally. Test apparatus, alright. Destroying the test apparatus, alright. Okay. Do not touch it. Alright, just in time. Alright, last bit. If I don't get it this time, I am not going again.
Well done. Be advised that the next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions. For more information, please attend an Enrichment Center Electrical Safety Seminar.
1 second behind. Finally. Thankfully, the next challenges are pretty easy, or at least most of them are. Least portals is like the breather. Most of them are just puzzle oriented. Most of them aren't too hard. Only small parts of them are a little bit difficult. Anyways, let's get to that. The first one in Chamber 13, I think. You have to throw the box onto the button, except I can't do the way I did earlier because I actually have to reuse this portal I put on the wall. So I actually have to make the throw. It was definitely hard, but it wasn't as aggravating as the least time ones.
Cell and adrenaline. With peptic cell. Batch to revive with peptic cell and adrenaline.
Yep.
To revive you with peptic cell and adrenaline.
So close.
See, it will be dispatched to revive you with peptic cell and adrenaline.
No! It was on the button, it just rocked off.
To revive you with peptic cell and adrenaline. Will be dispatched to revive you with peptic cell and adrenaline.
Finally!
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
Yay! I did it! Chamber 14 was pretty simple. You just put one in front of the rising platform, wait for the stairs to go down, then then jump in a portal down there and you get on top of the platform. Chamber 15 had a few rough bits, but both of them were relatively painless.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
So that's 2. And we do this part normally too. The main thing you gotta do with these ones is just be patient. Wait, and then okay. Think that's good. Okay, this should work. Easy. Well, I'm halfway done in like a couple minutes. Chamber 16 was pretty basic because the only portal you have to use is this one to get past the grating, and the rest of it is just walking up to turrets and knocking them over. Chamber 17 is mostly the same, except you don't do the last platform because you don't want to use a portal for that one. Instead, you have to strafe around this corner, or at least I thought that's what you had to do, but I just couldn't do it.
This weighted companion cube will. The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Can't really too complex with just. Olay!
The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube cannot speak.
As you can see, it got pretty annoying, and I just barely, but not quite, made it every single time. I just barely missed it. So I eventually gave up and realized I could just do this. Honestly, it worked. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. So, basically the reason the other platform wasn't raised was because I didn't hit that one. So I just used the cube to whack it at him and boom. Oh my goodness, that took me way too long to pick up.
You did it.
Boom. And that means you're on chamber 18 again. Most of it is the same, except you don't detach the camera, and you use this PC in its place from one of the Ratman dens. And also at the beginning, you have to try and sneak this portal onto the upper wall. Like there's a tiny notch where you can see it, and you can barely land a portal there.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The enrichment center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
That's basically clipping it onto a thing higher up. Alright, what's next? By the way, the reason I have to do this weird putting it on the wall thing is because I actually have to go down to grab the computer thing. And I actually have to be able to pass through that portal from both sides. So I have to be able to jump right from the side where I start, and I have to also be able to jump into it from the side where I can grab the computer. And I did eventually get a really good spot where it got wedged pretty good, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was easy. Landing in a way where it doesn't let me enter the portal. Ah, so close. I did it! Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to fire the other portal. Okay, so fire the blue one next. I just gotta not be stupid and fire the wrong portal here. What the? Ugh. Okay, our blue. Okay, just gotta not be stupid. I just gotta not be stupid and fire the right portal.
Well done. Be advised that the next
14,
test
please,
requires
Lord.
exposure to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under
30.
certain conditions. For more information,
25.
please attend an Enrichment Center
16.
electrical safety
Boom,
seminar.
baby. All least portal challenges completed. With flying colors. More or less. So just like that, we're on the final challenges. Least steps. This one's really confusing, and frankly, I still don't get it. Basically, you're trying not to move across the floor, because apparently moving across the floor at all, it's in some cases hitting the wall counts as a step. And like sometimes if you go through a portal, it counts as a step when you land, and sometimes it doesn't. It just makes no sense. Most of the time it just felt like luck if it would count or not. One of the harder parts is actually getting out of the elevator, because it is possible to get out in 2 steps, but sometimes you'll get a third, or you'll land on the elevator's front step instead of the portal you placed right in front of it. It just felt like luck most of the time to get any of this right. What what? I can't even get out of the elevator. That's how touchy this is. I can't even get out of the elevator because that's too many steps. I am not doing this. I'll try one more time. Yeah. I'm not doing this. No, it's just too much. The time in Portal ones feels skill-based, but this one feels like just straight luck. Like, will you end up with the same steps or not? Because to my count, I'm doing literally the exact same thing every time, and yet sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. This just kept getting increasingly aggravating just because it didn't feel like it was my fault, because like sometimes when I would jump out of the elevator I would hit the front steps, sometimes I wouldn't, and it didn't feel like I was doing anything different. It's just I was taking the step counter went up because the game said so. Okay, boom. Okay, so I have 3 steps here, so I have 7 left.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
Seriously? How? I have no idea how I did that. Honestly, just getting out of the elevator is the hardest part. Most of the rest of it isn't incredibly bad, at least for that chamber. The other ones get absolutely ludicrous. Chamber 14 was a lot more simple. All you have to do is use a portal to get yourself to the main chamber, put another portal up there, then put one under yourself, and then place the portal again to launch yourself up the lip. It sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. When you do it right, it looks like this. I think I gotta move the portal a bit farther forward. Yes! That was so much easier than the last one. Chamber 15 was pretty hard, but really it just came from the fact that it was so long. Basically, the first part, you have to shoot through this field, but the problem is if you hit the sign on the other side, then that counts as a step, or if you land in the hallway, then you'll fly across the floor and count as 2 steps.
Helping us help you help us all.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna get complicated. Okay, and then I do it this way again. So the max here is 55. Oh yeah! Pays to check the actual limits, because holy crap, that would have been so painful if I actually had to go to the T. 1 step to spare! Heck yeah! Chamber 16 is about what you'd expect. You just gotta make sure you take out the turrets without them seeing you, because if they do see you and start shooting you, since their turrets knock you backwards, that the game registers that as you walking backwards and counts it as steps. So pretty much you just gotta drop other turrets or boxes on top of the turrets, and they're pretty good.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing is androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
I'm sorry, I can't stop that thing from shooting. Oh my gosh, darn it. Okay. So basically, I just gotta make it over here. Plan is... Okay. Go like that.
There you are. Put me down. I don't hate you.
With 8 steps. Okay. I think that's good. I think it's good. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. So I was only supposed to use one of those boxes because I used the other box to take out the other turret. That looks like it'll work. Okay, I'm actually saving a lot of steps. And then it ends up right next to that, so...
Uh-oh.
So I have to take out the other turret. Okay, I guess that doesn't matter.
I don't blame you.
So now go there. There.
Activated.
Okay. So 21 steps, now what? I think I...
I don't blame you.
Oh no.
Well done, Android. The enrichment
Chamber 17 is pretty much the same as the least time one, except you do this weird hop glitch that makes you gain speed so you take less steps. Once again, I have no idea how you even perform the glitch. I just did what I watched someone do and it worked. And since you have to crouch and jump at the same time, some of the footage is missing because I accidentally paused my recording. Oof. I got really, really mad, especially when I found out that even the clip of me beating the level was missing, especially since around 5 or 4 times I actually beat the level, but I went over by 2 or 3 steps. Now is the final one, Chamber 18, least steps, and what did I have to do here? Pretty much everything I had to do in the least time. Yeah, there's like nothing new here. There's nothing new to talk about. I pretty much just did the same thing, just with being a bit more careful with steps. Thankfully most of the footage is still here, but it was just pretty boring.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The enrichment center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake. To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
Okay, I'm gonna save this, overwrite this one.
Well done. Be
It's not
advised that
basic
the
science.
next test requires
It's
exposure
not-
to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions. For more information,
It's not basic
please attend
science.
an
It's
Enrichment
not rocket
Center's
science.
electrical safety seminar.
It's aperture science! Hell yeah! And there we go. I've gotten every single portal achievement and gotten a gold medal in every single portal challenge. It was really tiring, so I was ready to just pass out after I was done. I was so relieved it was over. And my final thoughts were this. This game was... Okay, when the first playthrough is fun. The game is fun, but having to get that is so annoying. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm done with this game. I don't really have anything against the games, just trying to do anything this difficult in any game is annoying. So, alright, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go take a break now.